Hey everybody, Falcon Genie here. And what would I like to talk about? Simple. Being self-aware. And why it's crucially important to be self-aware. Let's get started. Anyways, everyone, why is it extremely important to be self-aware? Because you gotta basically know what's going on around your surroundings. Because self-awareness gives you the key enlightenment, gives you satisfaction. People got to be self-aware what's going on around themselves. And how do I know this? Because people who aren't self-aware, like lolcows for example, they tend to, just chase after things that they shouldn't be. Like for example, chasing after women, people like ER, like Elliot Rodger, people chasing after Elliot Rodger and all that stuff. Yeah. Let's just say, everyone, don't chase women, don't chase anything. If you want something, don't chase after it, because first of all, you can't look unhinged. And I keep wondering, how's most days getting like this day very hard? Well, I start to see why being self-aware is extremely important. Why is it that important, everyone? Because you need to be aware of your surroundings. Be aware of yourself. And be aware what comes out of your mouth. Like I said, everyone, you got to be aware of what you're doing. Self-awareness helps you think, helps you be aware of your surroundings to get what you want. Because if you truly want to get what you want, you got to be self-aware. And of course, to be self-aware, you have to tell yourself, admit, I don't know everything. We don't know. That's how you become self-aware. We don't know where we come from. We don't know. That's what people got to start doing. That's what people got to start doing. That's what people need to start doing. Telling themselves, hey, I don't know everything. That's what people need to start doing. Telling themselves, hey, I don't have this. Hey, I don't have this figured out, everyone. Sorry about the azan, everyone. Hey, I don't have this figured out. Even I don't know what's going on. And that's what people need to start doing. People need to start admitting that they don't know what they're doing. And saying that they know everything when clearly they don't know everything. We don't know everything where we come from, everyone. We don't know. But here's what we know what it's not. We're descendants of apes. For example, the whole concept of evolution based on self-awareness, because we did not come from descendants of apes. And you're probably wondering, what does self-awareness have to do with evolution? Simple, because this concept of evolution about 6 foot tall guys being attractive, it was constantly being shoved down on our throats. And this is why it's got to end. The whole concept of this grift, this evolution grift. It's a grift, everyone. Evolution is nothing but a grift. And besides, it won't make you self-aware, because self-awareness, did we really descend from it? It's because when you're self-aware, you start to question things. You question everything, where we came from, what we do, what is religion, what is everything. Because you got to start questioning stuff. You have to. And the people in charge, they don't like it when you question. In fact, they see you as a threat. Well, good. If I'm a threat, then let them be scared. Because I know I'm a threat to their agenda. Because let's just say these bad people, these so-called grifting bad people, media grifters, they're going to be in big time trouble when we're done with them. Meaning, they're going to be held accountable. They're not going to escape from what they did, especially oppressing others, oppressing them, horrible things, underpaying workers, underpaying staff, underpaying workers, thinking your smug attitude because you think you can get away with it because you can. Guess what? You're not going to get away with it. And I know how corporate America is built. And believe me, buddy, you're not going to get away with it. And these delusional boomer CEOs, you're not going to get away with your crimes. Underpaying your workers, thinking you can get away with your crimes, thinking that you can do whatever you want because you're on an ego trip. You're not going to get away with it, and you're going to be brought to justice. I just love how these corporate delusional boomers thinking they can get away with their crimes, thinking they're not going to get in trouble. Well, they're going to be in for a rude awakening. They're going to be in for a rude awakening when they're 6 feet under, burning in hellfire, eating the tree of Zakum. You can go ahead and deny God all you want, you godless CEO boomer. You can go ahead and deny God all you want. You can go ahead and deny God all you want because your denial isn't gonna change the reality that God exists. You can go ahead and keep denying all you want, you delusional atheist boomer CEO. It's still not going to change the fact that God exists. It's still not going to change anything. Denying it isn't going to help you. It's still there. You can go ahead and keep denying it and keep denying in your own peril. It's still not going to change things. This is why you got to be self-aware, everyone. You got to question your surroundings, what this whole thing means, what this situation means, what people are trying to influence you, and all that. It all comes around being self-aware, because when you're self-aware, you're not likely to fall for scams, traps, the traps of life, what society tries to throw at you, traps that society tries to throw at you. Because now I am onto you. Because guess what, society? I am onto you. And all these so-called delusional people, I am onto you. I am onto you, society. Because you hear me, society? I am onto you. You think you're going to get away with your crimes and thinking that you're not going to be held accountable? Well, guess what? When you go 6 feet under in the grave, you inept degenerates out there, I am onto you. You're going to be brought to justice. And when you're brought to justice, meaning, because it's just going to be you 6 feet under in the grave. And this is not a threat, this is a fact. Because we're all going to die one day. We're all going to be questioned by Munkar and Nakir when we all die. That's what I'm saying to you. There's no point in get away with your crimes and being an oppressor, because those people who oppress, they're not going to get away with their crimes. You will not get away with your crimes. These so-called delusional boomer CEOs thinking they can get away with their crimes because they're smug attitude. When we all know they clearly have their head up their ass. We clearly know these so-called delusional boomer the CEOs have their head up their ass. We know that, but that's not the main point. The main point is to be socially aware and what this leads up to. Because when you're socially aware, everyone, you understand the traps, you understand the situation, you understand the whole society. Because I've figured it out too. I've already figured out what society is. It's a disgusting dump. Society's a literal dumpster fire, everyone. And I know I put out really banger music about society, modern women. Well, not modern women, just not women in general. Even though I'm not trying to be a misogynist. But believe me, there's a lot of misogynists on YouTube. Even though society is a literal hypocrite. Society is trying to groom you into something that you are not. This is why society needs to be dealt with. And if this society relies on your suffering, because everyone, if this society relies on your suffering when you're not self-aware, because if this society relies on your suffering, on your ignorance, on your arrogance, because you think you have everything, and because you're too inept to see it, guess what? Society and life is going to take you for a ride if you're not self-aware. And guess what? In this society, I'm onto you. In the groomers and the grifters out there, you are inept. You are weird. You're trying to groom people into something that they're not. You are inept. And I am onto you. The faster I expose these people, the faster that people will be free. The faster that people will be free from their lechery, from their treachery and lechery. Because the faster I inform these people about society and how bad modern society is, the faster I inform them, the more they'll be free from society's nonsense, from society's BS. And guess what, society? I'm onto you. I'm onto you. And what I'm doing is trying to preserve society. I'm just trying to preserve my own faith, because society and everyone in it, because if you try to follow the entire society, they will misguide you. It says it in Islam. Because I'm just saying, everyone, society will try to misguide you. The Quran says it. Not just the Quran, but plenty of hadith talk about it. They will try to misguide you. They will try to throw tricks at you. They'll even try to forcefully convert you into their so-called false religion, false gods like Christianity and plenty of other false religions. And I say no to that. And I say no to these false ideas, to these false gods, because these so-called idolaters, these so-called idol worshippers, why society is a literal idol worshipper, these people who worship idols. Let's just say, in Islam, shirk is the biggest, most unforgivable sin. And society is a filthy idol worshipper. They worship idols. They're worshipping this so-called idol because they think a rich man is idolized, being rich, when clearly that's BS. It doesn't matter if you're rich or poor. The point is are you free? Who cares about being rich? Who cares? Because being rich, you have more of a responsibility of being rich. Who cares about being rich? Who cares about money? Who cares? All I care about is just drawing, making music, and love what I do. Sure, I might get some money on the side. That's good. But at the end, everyone, it's really not about the money. It's really not all about the money. It's about what you put. It's about what you put your time and effort into. I'm just saying, everyone. It's about what you put your time and effort into. And guess what? I'm on to society's lechery, and I'm on to society's nonsense. I'm on to them. Society will not succeed. In fact, the people who run it, they will fail. Because the people who run it are in fact weird. Weird people who are trying to control people, whether it be corporations or government officials, whether it be in corporation or government. It doesn't matter. Because society is a literal dumpster fire. Society does not care about your mental health because it's full of groomers and it's full of bad people. Because society is full of bad people. People trying to groom you into something you are not. Because society is trying to make you into something that you are not. That's why be who you are and don't be someone that you're not. That's what I say, everyone. Don't be someone that you're not. You got to be real and completely 100% honest with yourself. And if society don't like it, well, that's too bad for them. I don't care if society don't like it, because society is inept. Because society is physically inept. Because these people are inept, because the people who run it are literally, socially, and physically, not just physically, but also socially and spiritually inept. And they are not going to get far in life. I'm just saying, those people, they're not going to get far in life. They will not. They will fail at life. They're not going to get far in life. Those people aren't going to get far in life. And it's going to be really, really, really sweet when these people are coping and seething on the Day of Judgment, where everyone will be rounded up on the Day of Judgment and be judged for what we have done, because the Day of Judgment is coming, everyone. And all these so-called shysters, and this is why I cannot stress this enough, everyone, to be so self-aware. You have to, everyone. Self-awareness is the ability to be a man and saying, yeah, I'm wrong. Yeah, I know I'm wrong. I could be wrong. That's what being self-aware is, everyone. Admitting that you could be wrong. Or admitting to leave that person alone when clearly she's not interested in you. That's the ability to be a man, because if you can't handle something, then don't handle it. Know yourself, everyone. Know your strengths and know your weaknesses. Because you have to know what your strengths are and what your weaknesses are, everyone. You have to. Because society is a literal death trap. Because society does not care about your mental health. And society is a literal hypocrite. Society is a literal hypocrite. Because society is run by hypocrites. That's what I say, everyone. Society is literally run by hypocrites. Yeah, that's what I'm going to say, because society is full of hypocrites. That's what I'm going to say. Because these people, these so-called socially inept people, I am onto their nonsense. I am onto their so-called systems. And the education system, everyone, we all know the education system's a joke. Well, yeah, well, in the whole politics situation, let's just say I don't talk about politics, because politics is a very toxic subject that I want no part of. Because politics is an extremely toxic subject. A toxic subject that needs to be thwarted. Because who cares about my political opinions? Because politics is extremely toxic. I could make another video on that later. But I'm doing this video now. It's how to be self-aware. Because chances are, everyone, the more self-aware you are, everyone, the more or less hardships you'll have. League of Warriors, everyone. League of Warriors. League of Warriors, everyone. League of Warriors. Let me check. Almost done. Anyways, everyone, if you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, and as always, fight. Well, there's also one more thing I gotta say, everyone. Don't let society groom you into something that you're not. Don't let anyone force you into being something that you're not. And if you see fake people, just run far away from them as possible. Because fake people get nothing. And let's just say fake people's comeuppance is coming because their time is running out. And this is why you got to be self-aware, because self-awareness keeps you out of life's traps. Anyways, that's all I have to say. Like this video, like, comment, share, and subscribe. And as always, everyone, fight this degenerate agenda.